over, Cowplants, because it is an exciting new world here in the fine modded community of Sims for farming. Oh my gosh. Hello guys and welcome. Welcome to another mod review here with the Green family on the family farm. Don't worry, everything that you see here is just a temporary world set up. The actual events going on in our legacy are not being disturbed, but I had to share this with you guys because there is a new mod out from Kawaii Stacy called My First Farm Animal, and it actually makes our farm animals functional, or at least as functional as I really need a cow and a sheep to be. So there's a ton of other awesome animal mods out there, including a chicken coop mod that we will be reviewing in the future. But for now, let's go ahead and have a cow. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Oh my gosh, I love this cow. So all right, really quickly, let's go ahead and address what you're looking at. The mod from Kawaii Stacy is actually going to make it so that we can milk these cows, which I know raises a lot of questions amongst some of you who feel like that crosses a boundary. This is really a dog, not a cow, just to clarify in terms of game code, but with a little bit of imagination, some nice spots, and the extra additions that we have decorated this cow out with from Kalino, we actually have what could, at first glance, be a cow. I mean, come on, the only other creature that we have here— oh, my cowplants are dying! Don't mind that. That's gonna be fixed before you see the legacy again. Devin, get over here and feed the cowplants while I'm doing the mod review. But I mean, if you compare the cow to the cow plant, I feel like we're doing okay. I feel like the cow plant, you know, if it can look like this and we can accept the cow plant, glory may the cow plant be, then we can also accept these adorable cows. This is just how cows look in The Sims 4. We should accept this. Oh, and there's a little sheep over there. We'll talk about the sheep in a second. In fact, or actually it's a lamb, and you guys might actually recognize this lamb from our Sims 4 Lion and the Lamb crossover breeding we just did. It's so cute. Look at him hiding in the grass. But all right, you guys know how much I love farming. You guys know how much I love The Sims 4 farming, how much I love Stardew Valley, how much I farm in what should be a zoo building series and zoo crafting. So having these farm animals means a lot to me, and I've always appreciated them as decorative at the very least, but now they have evolved. We can actually get milk from cows, and that is more than what you can actually say for the cow plant. So yes, just to really quickly, so that I don't confuse the mods because I'm using so many of them, what you see here are the horns, the awesome, amazingly cool cow bell, the hooves, and the cow tail, all from Kalinotron. So the parts of the cow that actually look like a cow are from Kalinotron. This little hay bed is also from Kalinotron. I have, I'll put a link to all of her stuff in the video description as well. This little sheep is the sheep that we had from our Lion and the Lamb crossover breeding last time, mixed with some hooves. If you look really closely, we've got some little split hooves and a little sheep tail based off of Kalinotron again. So what part of Kawaii Stacy's mods turn these cows into functional cows who can give us milk? Which again is more than you can say, cow plants. More than you can say. They don't even give milk. So, I mean, why do we even call them cow plants? Probably because they look like a cow. Anyway. Well, you guys, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Because this is what's going to make the cows functional. Now, with Kawaii Stacy's mod, you can give the cows a special trait that allows them to give dairy, and you can give the lambs a special trait that allows them to actually give wool, which is very exciting. And what does that mean? So, when you want to be able to harvest the dairy or the wool from the cow or the sheep or whatever animals you assign those traits to, all you need to do is click on them and go over to the farmer selection. The farmer selection will not be available if you are actually just using like a normal cat or dog. You cannot just like get wool from your dog unless you want to set that trait to your dog. I'm not asking questions. Maybe it's an extremely furry dog. That'd be kind of cool. But once you have the wool or the milking trait, the dairy trait assigned to your animal, you can come over, click on them, click on farmer, and you will develop a new hidden skill as you fulfill all of the different options. Look at these. Look at how cool these are. So once you click on farmer, you can harvest dairy to get milk from your cow. You can harvest dairy for an omelet, for yogurt, ice cream, eggs and toast, eggs Benedict, a cake, and you can also sell the dairy to market if that is what you so desire. So I'll show you guys how this works. I've had Fern actually like working with these cows for quite a bit, so she has raised up her hidden farming skill. The first time that you do this, you will not have so many options available, and we'll go ahead and get some milk. Just some plain milk. You can see she already has 8 milk. Oop, it's spoiled in her inventory. She also has some yogurt and some ice cream that she has actually gotten from the cows. Oh, look at that whole tray of ice cream. And all of this yogurt, that is so cool. So she got all of those from the cows already. So how does it look? Well, she'll come over. Oh, this is so cute. We've got to cuddle the cow. This is awesome. But we'll go ahead and give the cow a good little pet. And now, please check your Sims family inventory or their personal inventory for newly added items. So we'll come down, and here is 8 fresh things of milk. Ta-da! So that is how you can actually get milk from the cows. Once you have done that, then you'll notice the option is now grayed out to do anything farming related, and that is because the animal will need more time to produce more milk. So you've got to leave the cow alone. About every 8 to I think 12 hours is the cool down time when it comes to the cows. So in about maybe once or twice a day, depending on how diligent your sim is, you can go out and you can milk your cows. So let's come over. One of the things I haven't done yet is actually tried selling the dairy to market. So let's see what happens if we do that with this cow. Oh, it gives you fame and 386? What? Okay. Apparently that gives you fame so you can become like a famous farmer. Oh my gosh. I didn't know about that. I don't see a smidgen of fame, but I'm going to trust that there's a smidgen of fame. And we are now just petting calves. So I think once you click on it, that's all you have to do. Like it'll just immediately go ahead. Was this the cow we sold? Yeah, this is the cow that we sold the milk from. So I think that's all that happens there. So we got 300 simoleons. So 300 simoleons twice a day is really, really high. That is something that you're going to want to notice on this mod, is that it gives you really a lot of simoles, a lot more than I would assume. It should, because 8 milk, I don't know how much 8 milk is in the kitchen, but I feel like 8 milk isn't very much. Pine, how much is 8 milk in here? Like if we were to come over and have a quick mill, how do you even get milk now that I think of it? Oh, it would be like, no? Isn't there like have a drink or like get a drink or something? Huh. I'm not even sure how you get a glass of milk now that I think about it. I thought it would be like a snack, quick mill, more choices. Oh, there we go. So it's just milk, and milk doesn't even cost anything from the fridge. So that's an interesting way of kind of looking at it. Just know that 300 simoleons is probably pretty high, but that is nothing compared to what this amazing little lamb can actually do for us. I will shock and awe all of you with what he can do in just a second, actually. So, all right, we have managed to get this cow. We have 2 more cows we can actually get milk from today. And let's go ahead and try getting a cake. I've not tried getting a cake yet. Come here, buddy. They're all very eager to play with Fern. This is so cute. Okay. And a half-eaten white cake. Oh my gosh. So you can indeed get vanilla ice cream, you can get yogurt, and you can get cake from your cows. That is so interesting to me. Oh my gosh. And then we could come over and we could also, let's see, we could get egg Benedict and egg toast, but I'm actually curious about something. All of this I am able to do without giving Fern the farmer trait. There is actually a farmer trait that comes with this mod, and you're supposed to give your Sims the farmer trait, but I was surprised to see that I didn't have to have the farmer trait to do all those things. However, I do know that you are able to actually sell your cows, and you can even You can even send them in to turn your cows into meat, which is not something that I would be interested in doing. But let's grab the farmer trait and see what it can do for Fern. There it is. So it's going to be here under hobby. She has now selected the farmer trait. And if clicking on the animals allows us to look over and look into like getting dairy from the cows, selling it to market, which is really fun. If I had these guys, I don't know, because that's a lot of money, 300 simoleons. In the Sims world though, it is very easy to get that kind of moolah. No pun intended, that kind of moolah, you might say. So that would be up to your vision of how you want to work with your gameplay on if that is a little bit high or if that is just enough. And now that we have given her the farmer trait, you can see harvest animal for meat. No, no agency fee. Okay. This vegan isn't going to be clicking that option. That's for all of you guys to explore. However, we can sell an animal to a farmer. So if we said that, okay, little junior here needs to be sold to a farmer, we got 43 simoleons and a little bit of fame. I would think it would give you like a lot more, but apparently not. I guess we just sold the cow to a farmer, like to a different farmer. An adoption event is in progress. Oh boy. Oh my gosh, is some farmer like gonna show up and like take my cow? He don't have a cow. He's having a cow. This man doesn't. Oh, he was just taken away. Oh my gosh. Did that make us sad? Oh my gosh, that made us really sad. Because look at how mean he is. You guys, I don't think that little Bessie just went to go live happily in a pasture. I'm quite distressed about this. That may be the last time I ever sell a cow. However, like 43 simoles, that might be something worth looking into over why it would be that amount. I do believe you can actually sell puppies and kittens in the game for low amounts, or there's mods that allow you to do that. And that's one way I always thought I would play with my farm animals, is I would say we were breeding up luxury cows who are just meant to be companions and to maybe dig up some feathers from these bushes so that you could end up getting like a lot of money from the feathers instead. But that covers the cows. As you can see, there are uses that you could definitely make of it. I'm not going to be sending in the animal for meat, that's for sure. You just send them off and then you get back a bunch of meat, apparently. Not me. That's not my thing, so we're not even going to explore that option. Let's go ahead and explore let's try selling the dairy to market again and see how much that is this time. Okay. And another 300 simoles. So clearly keeping your cows is definitely worth it, and you get a little boost of fame. So you might, oh my gosh, that's quite the boost of fame. You really could just become a famous farmer in the community. So again, like if that's what you want to do to earn your money, and if you don't feel like that's too much money, then that's something to think about. There is a trade-off because the cows do take up one of the 8 family slots. So you know, maybe you could have stuck a baby or a ghost to help out with the farm in that slot, and maybe that's your trade-off. Maybe you want to breed up some luxury cows. Maybe you want to make designer cows. It's all up to you guys. You should just have a cow. And yeah, I can't get over these puns. And then finally we have little lamb chop, and what lamb chop can do is we can actually sell the wool to the market, which I imagine would react to the same as selling the dairy to the market, or we can harvest wool for household items. And this is where you guys are about to learn that the superior farm animal right now is the animal that can give us wool. Cause wow, watch this. Every 24 or 2 to 3 days, excuse me. So every like 48 to 36 hours, you can come over to your wool giving animals. You can harvest wool for a household item, which I was so excited about because I love random household items. Sure, why not? I love giving my Sims random gifts. So we go ahead. We have now harvested the wool. We're now friends with Lamb Chop. We will go into our family inventory, and what do we see? A freaking bed! Oh my gosh! So this is the bed that we just got for 430 simoles, which is actually kind of interesting. We got this bed. That's kind of amazing. We could keep it. We could sell it. I have no idea. Like, I think since you can only harvest the wool like every few days, I feel like 400 is pretty fair for having a little lamb running around in the fields. So 400, pretty reasonable. However, sometimes you might harvest some luxury wool and end up with this. These are the other two beds that I got when I was testing out the lamb. One of which is worth 2,000 simoleons, one of which is worth 1,400. So you might end up with quite the luxury variety of wool, or you might end up with kind of your like run-of-the-mill wool. But in any case, that could net you a lot of money really quickly too. So kind of up in the air on how balanced you might feel the mod is, but the family farm is pretty expensive and the bills are always very high. So it may just take a little bit of tweaking and exploring in the gameplay to figure out if it is the mod for you, and you can always use bits and pieces of it that work for you and avoid the ones that don't. I know I definitely love that we can at the very least get fresh food, get milk. I think that the wool feature is actually really useful. I think it's really fun to be able to build up a little bit of fame through farming and gardening. Definitely it would help to be able to Allison, not right now, Grandma Allison. But we could build up some fame through being able to work with our cows instead of like just trying to rely on gardening in order to be seen as a famous farmer. I think that's pretty useful too. And who says, by the way, that the animals that you gather dairy and wool from have to be cows? What if you wanted to fill your farm with a bunch of fancy Angora rabbits? An alpaca farm, perhaps? What if you wanted to add a llama into your farm and raise llama wool and have fancy llama wool instead? What if you wanted to get dairy from some sort of space cow? What if you wanted to get some sort of like water buffalo? I don't even know what other creatures you could get. Oh, the goat. What if you harvested goat milk instead of getting cow's milk? There's so many options out there. Just because we have chosen the traditional cow and sheep for this time doesn't mean that has to be you. You could have your very own exotic farm full of different animals, because all you have to do is go in and modify those traits and assign the dairy or the wool giving trait. So I'm in love with this. I think this is really going to help me out with my eternal quest to make fantastic family farms in every single game that I could possibly play. And I have a lot of really cool mods coming up to help with that I want to show you guys, including reviewing properly the canning mod, checking out Brazen Lotus's new mod so that my plants actually look like the plants they are. Where's my rose bushes? My rose bushes actually look like rose bushes. Oh, we have so many other things that have really made farming a fun experience for me in The Sims 4, much more dynamic, and to make the world feel a lot more alive than just sticking a bunch of plants in the lot and calling it a farm. And I'm going to be really excited to share all of those with you in the future. But for now, my friends, I do hope you can go forth and have a cow and provide to me, tell me, what would you do if you had this mod? How would you use the traits? Would you raise traditional cows, or would you decide to go ahead and maybe get goat milk? Maybe you want to avoid the milk altogether and you would want to harvest really fancy, I guess, cat wool? Who knows? Maybe you have a long-haired fancy cat and you can just gather up that fur and knit it into some sort of cat lady sweater and sell it. Who knows? Oh my gosh, in a fun way, even if you had, say, a show cat, that might be a really fun thing to do. Have a bunch of show cats, and when you sell their wool, in quotation marks, you could say that the fame and the money that resulted from it are actually from taking them to cat shows. So this mod, even if you don't use it in exactly the way that it says on the label, really could expand your gameplay, and I hope you guys have quite the fun time with it, and I look forward to sharing more of my favorite mods with all of you. So, go have a cow, and I will see you guys next time. Do please consider joining us and subscribing for the Green Family Adventures. We have a lot more coming up. Leave a like for our little cows, and stay curious, guys. Bye-bye.